Imagine your life at 5, 15, 25, or 50. Did you predict the twists that shaped your journey? Life defies expectations, and in this series, we explored the untold narratives of those forced into society's shadows, their immigration statuses rendered undocumented in the UK. Through their stories, we humanize the undocumented experience, challenging society's prevailing attitudes towards irregularized migrants. This podcast isn't just a series, it's a platform for understanding, compassion, empathy, and the acknowledgement that we are all human.
I'm from Pakistan and I moved to UK back in 2010, October 2010 to be exact. So I came here with a dream to become a medical engineer. That's what my course was about, and I was studying that. And I just, met with unfortunate circumstances, and due to some, um, issues with the fees and the bad financial situation, I just could not continue after the year two of my degree. And then I did not have any idea that the university will actually go and apply for get my visa curtailed. And I basically moved to London from where I was studying. And in the meantime, when I received an email from the university that my admission has been cancelled. And then I was just waiting for the next steps, like how I can just reinstate my admission or stuff like that. I just took advice from some of the people that were in my access, but some of the people just told me that, like, I mean, you can change your visa, yeah, you still have time and stuff. But unable to recall properly because quite a long time when I actually became an overstayer back in 2013. So exact reason that why I just could not get any other admission letter or any other cast letter, which it is called certificate of acceptance of study, something like that, that a person needed to have before they can apply for the student visa. So I just could not get the cast from any other place. And in the meantime, the UKBA had already curtailed my visa. And my hard luck was that the letter that they usually send, they sent it to an address which I gave to university at that time when I was living there. But when I had moved from there, like, I had no means to get my address updated with them and stuff like that. So I missed upon receiving that letter, and that letter was actually crucial. And then afterwards, I just became an overstayer, and that has been the very, very bad irony of my life, like my prime time of my youth, you know just spent here. Because from that time on, I have been trying to get my visa issue sorted out. I met with so many solicitors and people who advise on these matters, that nobody was able to give me advice. Everyone said that since you have become an overseer, there is no rule left for you. Whatever visa application that you will file at this moment in these circumstances, they are not going to entertain it, and you will actually lose your visa fees, in fact, and your visa application will not be entertained. So all you have to do that you have to go back. And that was impossible for me, like, in a sense that whatever money I had already spent in coming and making my way to the UK. I came here and I paid the fees about 13,000 pound a year. For 2 years I had already paid that. So it was a very, very big amount of money that I had managed to pay them, and I was purely in loss and in minus. So it was not a feasible option for me to go back, unsuccessful. And you might not know or might know that the situation in Pakistan in regards with law and order, in regards with its economy, unstable economy, it's very bad. People are actually very much, very hardly making their end meet, and they are actually struggling every day. So it was not a viable option for me. And I had hopes actually that maybe or like I will find some option, and they will have some kind of like um, softness in their visa policies, and they might let us to get our visa regulated once again. And that's why I continued to stay. But with the circumstances that I met during that time, that are, I mean, I cannot elaborate them in words, because my visa, after my visa was curtailed down, my driving license was also revoked, and I used to work as a in a security, as a security guy, in security industry. So I used to have a license which is called SIA license. So that license was also revoked, and on top of that, my bank account, they closed my bank account as well. And then I was left just with nothing, and with no right of work. Nobody was giving me work, and there was no, if I could, if I wanted to borrow some money from people or someone, like, I did not have a bank account to give to people to send me money, or for example my family or stuff. So these were very, very bad circumstances that I have been facing. And then finally, during that time, I kept finding work occasionally, but those people who gave me work, for example, in stocking in a shop or takeaways, so they actually, since I did not have the visa, so they actually abused, like, and just paid me 30 pounds for the whole day. And sometimes I did even labor work as well, because I forced to do. And I was studying towards medical engineering. That was left. I was young, energetic, I was ambitious, I was too much into education, and just because of these circumstances, everything was put off. It was a BEng degree in medical engineering. It was actually a double major. It's mechanical and medical engineering that I was studying towards, but it was left right in the middle because because of some fees issues and stuff. And then I could not register for the year 3, and hence very less I knew that my visa was going to be curtailed, or my visa could have been curtailed. I did not know these scenarios, and I did not even know that what would happen if I what is kind of like being overstayed or something like that. I thought maybe I will apply and things will get sorted out, but then they said there is no rule. If you get overstayed, then you cannot your no visa application can be entertained from you. That is the issue. I kept hearing in the meantime that the other countries, for example, the Europe and the Ireland, they have the softer policies, and they usually take the people into a system who have been there for a certain period of time with irregular stay. I came here when I was 30. Now I've become about 42. And in 2012, I basically got engaged back in Pakistan. I could not go there, but just my family went there to the girl's house, and I got engaged, and I had a plan to go back and marry there, but I could not even go back in these years. And finally, in 2017, I had to lose my relationship because of that, because I had no way. If I could go, if I would have gone back there, then I would have already lost my future, and I would have already invested too much of my life here. So how could I go and get adjusted there back there again? If I am given a chance now, right? If they'll just allow me to live peacefully, and they allow me to continue my education, I would not waste even a next moment. I would straight go back and complete my degree. I did not come here just to spend my time for no reason. I came here to to get a degree in a profession that I wanted to work in, because I'm too much into medical field. And in the meantime, when I was not in the university, I kept myself updated, and I kept studying through other means, but I could not complete my degree because I was not in the university. So if I'm given a chance, I would love to go back and finish my degree in the first instance. I have heard from the people that like any job in relation with medical field, they have vacancies for that. But for us, I mean, I cannot even find a little caring, a job as a carer, because the documentation that they need and they require from me, I am simply not able to provide them with. See, I am not even registered with the doctor, and I'm afraid, like, for so many things I needed to see the doctor. but I cannot go there because I'm not registered. I'm afraid that if I will go there, first of all, they will ask me for my passport, and then if I present my Pakistani passport, which has expired, by the way, because I had no means to renew it, so they would ask it, and then further they will ask me for the visa, because I do not have a British passport, and if I cannot provide that to them, they will not register me. And I'm afraid that they might, if what will happen, maybe the police will come after me, or they will just detain me or stuff like that. So it's been a very, very horrible experience, even though I'm a, law abiding, citizen, peace loving citizen, and I do not have any bad record, neither in my back home in Pakistan nor here. But still, I have been deprived. I have kept, I have been kept deprived from my basic rights to, like, work, to my basic right to have a bank account, my basic right to, see a doctor, rent a room, and these kind of things. We are always afraid that I don't know if I can tell this person my circumstances and how he will react, or maybe he will just go and complain about us and stuff. So we are, the people like myself have been living in so much kind of oppressed circumstances that needs to be addressed. My goodness, it would just, take a turn to 180 degree. I'm granted my basic rights, because I will have access to the bank account, I will have access to the labor market, I will go and find a job in the first instance, and then I will try to join back my university and finish the degree, and then come, start my career in my chosen field. And obviously, my circumstances will be changed 180 degree, because right now I'm below zero, despite my capabilities, my education, my skill level, my understanding, all these things have become zero, just because I do not have the basic rights. I would like to make a very humble request, and I would ask them to please consider us humans. Like, humans are to error. Mistake happens. I mean, yes, we had become undocumented, but most of the people, like in myself, in the situation like I am in, they had not become, undocumented citizens, or the people with irregular stays by their own intention or by their own consent. These are the circumstances that put them in a situation like that. For example, let's, as an instance, I could not receive the curtailment letter. If I had received that curtailment letter, and that 28 grace period, I had access to, I had known in time, I would have definitely, done anything that was in my power to, you know, apply and, put up any put up another application. But I could not find that in time. And hence, because I became, an oversteer without my consent. And when I had become an oversteer, I tried everything very, very hard to, get back into the system and get my visa reinstated, but there was no option left, unfortunately. Please, consider our circumstances. We are human, we are like your own children. We have lives, we have mothers, family members who are waiting for us. We just came here to, have a better future and contribute to your country, to your economy, with our energies, with our skills, with our um, you know mental capabilities. We came here with so many dreams. We did not come here to become, persons with the irregular stay. And our life in this situation, when we do not have the regular status, it is very, very, very difficult. You will never want your children to, go through these circumstances. We can become homeless anytime. It's very difficult for us to survive in these kind of situations. Please sympathize with our situation. Please come up with, better rules that are more considerate towards, humanitarian aspect. And please do something for us, please, on immediate basis. I would like to make this humble request, and I would ask everyone who is listening to my voice, please understand our circumstances. Please, we are living in very dire circumstances. Please do some good with us. We will contribute positively to your economy and to your country.
As we conclude each episode of Undocumented in the UK, remember that the power of stories lies not just in the stories themselves, but in their potential to transform perceptions. By amplifying lived experiences, our aim is to open windows into the lives of those navigating the margins of inclusion, inviting you to walk in the shoes of those facing the complexities of being made undocumented in the UK. As we uncover the hidden lives affected by the UK's cruel and hostile environment against migrants and refugees, sharing stories of hope, struggle, fear, hardship, dreams, survival, and ambition, we hope these narratives inspire compassion, challenge preconceptions, and deepen understanding. Our aim is to cascade a desire within you to bring about change, fostering a Britain that is truly welcoming, supportive, and life-affirming for anyone who desires to call this place home. Join us next time as we continue to unravel these stories, weaving the shared human thread that binds us all. This is Undocumented in the UK, brought to you by Regularize. Visit regularize.org and subscribe to our channel to learn more.